So let's talk about something that's probably happened to a lot of us. You ever leave a doctor's office with a new diagnosis and you're still feeling, well, a little confused? Or maybe you see a health trend online and wonder, hey, is that for me? It is so tempting to turn to these new powerful tools like ChatGPT for a quick answer. But when it comes to our health, how do we use it safely? Well, let's dive in and figure that out.
And that really is the big question, isn't it? I mean, with all the complicated medical stuff out there, the idea of getting a simple, straight answer from an AI is pretty appealing. But is it actually a smart move? The honest answer is it's a little complicated, but it's totally manageable as long as you know the rules of the road.
And to help us get this right, we're not just guessing. We're going to follow the fantastic, super clear guide from Norbert Gostisha, who goes by Bob. He lays out a really common sense approach that's perfect for anyone, and we're just going to walk through his key insights together. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll cover what ChatGPT actually is and what it isn't. Then we'll get into the good stuff, the helpful uses, and just as importantly, the dangerous no-goes. We'll wrap it all up with a simple 3-step safety rule and the big takeaway for becoming a smarter patient. All right, first things first. This is probably the single most important idea to get your head around. Seriously, if you remember nothing else from our chat today, let it be this. ChatGPT is your assistant. It is not your doctor. So what does that mean, an assistant? Well, think of it like this. It's a tool that has read, I don't know, pretty much every book and article on the planet. It's incredibly patient. It can explain a complicated topic in simple, everyday language, and it'll do it as many times as you need. Its whole job is to help you understand information, not to practice medicine. So let's just make this crystal clear. It's a patient assistant, fantastic for learning, great for getting things explained. It is absolutely 100% not a medical doctor who can make decisions about your health. That distinction right there, that's everything. Okay, so now that we've got that clear boundary set, let's look at the fun part. How can we actually use this learning tool to our advantage and do it safely and effectively? This is where it gets really, really useful. Let's say your doctor says you have hypertension. You can go right to ChatGPT and ask, hey, explain hypertension to me like I'm 5, and it will. It can also help you break down a diagnosis you've already gotten from a real doctor so you can better understand the common symptoms or the typical treatments. It's all about feeling more informed. It's also fantastic for general education. You can ask about a medication to learn its common uses or typical side effects. But remember, it can't tell you if you should be taking it. And it's a goldmine for general wellness stuff. You know, nutrition basics, ideas for gentle exercise, tips for getting a better night's sleep. This is all about education, not prescription. Now this might be one of its most powerful and safest uses. Preparing for your doctor's appointment. You can use it to help you organize your thoughts, list your symptoms clearly, and even draft a few questions to ask. You know how short those appointments can be. Going in prepared is a total game changer. Okay, we've talked about all the green lights. Now we have to talk about the hard stops, the absolute bright red lines that you should never, ever cross when you're using AI for your health. This part is completely non-negotiable. Never, ever use it to try and diagnose yourself. Think about it. It can't see you, it can't run a test, it has zero idea about your personal medical history, your allergies, or other meds you're on. And here's the kicker. These AI tools can sometimes just make stuff up. They call it hallucinating and present it as a fact. You just can't take that risk with your health. Bob's guide puts this perfectly, and it is so important it's worth saying out loud. Chest pain, stroke symptoms, call 911. No chatbot belongs in that moment. Seriously, if you're having a medical emergency, you need real, human medical professionals. Immediately. Period. So with all that in mind, how do we boil this down into a simple practice we can actually remember and use? Well, that brings us to the 3-step safety rule. Think of this as your personal shield for staying safe. And right at the heart of this rule is a simple little mantra. Use it to understand, not to decide. That's it. If you let that one idea guide you every time, you'll always stay on the safe side of the road, using it as a learning tool instead of a decision-making one. And here's how that looks in the real world. Step 1, learn the basics. Go ahead, ask the AI your questions. Step 2, cross-check what you just learned. Go to super trusted medical sources. Think Mayo Clinic, the CDC, websites like that. And finally, the most important step of all, step 3, confirm everything with your actual doctor or healthcare provider. That simple process lets you be curious while keeping you safe. Okay, let's bring it all home. What's the big picture here? Why does getting good at this skill even matter so much? Because here's the thing, being an informed patient is a superpower. When you really understand your health, you just feel more confident. You can walk into that doctor's office ready to ask better, smarter questions. And honestly, in a world that is just flooded with bad online advice, this helps you cut right through all that noise. So here it is, your final cheat sheet. Simple as this. Use it for learning, getting clarification, and building your confidence. Never for diagnosis, making medical decisions, or replacing actual medical care. You know, at the end of the day, tools like this can really help us take a more active role in our own health. And when you think about it, using technology wisely to become a more educated, empowered, and informed patient, well, that might just be one of the healthiest habits you can build at any age.